Hello everyone, I'm Hala from Egypt. I don't have much space in the phone memory now, so I have to hurry up as much as I can. Sorry for the non-fluent English speaker. I have to speak very fast. I was in 2020 and I was working in a food supplements company, and there was this blogger who was working in security. And what I mean by security, I can mean anything, right from the security guy in the buildings and in the companies up to the military man. I'll not specify because I did not take the permission of this person before making this video, and I hope I don't get in jail after 72 hours. So I just followed this page because I saw my colleague commenting on it. She was really liking this guy and commenting and sharing. So I decided to follow without even viewing or commenting or anything. I didn't get the notification for this page. It's like one of the pages that you always follow and you never get the notification because you are not viewing it. So the Facebook algorithm realized that you're not interested. You're just following. Because I'm not interested in his content. He's talking about problems or, ideas or humor in the Egyptian society. And I'm not that much into the Egyptian society because I was raised in a family that didn't judge me for not being married after the age of 25, and my family didn't stop me from traveling abroad, reading books that are unconventional, or writing poetry, and I'm not that much into Egyptian humor because I like viewing content that are educative, like the ones that I do, and even better. These are the kinds of content that I follow. Other than this, I don't follow. So I didn't get any notifications. So it was only in 2020, and I don't know this guy up till now. And I don't know his, age, his family, or anything about him, and I don't even view or comment or like. So we are in 2022, and I had a problem with my father. He was not. I want to go to Europe to do some researches for like 6 months, and he's not letting me out because he thinks that I'm too much different from the Egyptian society. Like if the Egyptians are here, I'm very far there. So he's thinking that the distance is too much between me and the Egyptian society, and they might bully me or stalk me in the future, especially that I'm getting old now. I'm past 30. So I talked to one of the American professors in the American University in Cairo to convince him she was not Egyptian, she was white, she has nothing to do with the Arabs or the Muslims. And she convinced him, and I mentioned in this video that I was really, really supported by the 17 tables that didn't have Egyptians among them except for two tables. Our table, which had one American person, this professor, and another table. Like they were all strangers and they supported me. They told my dad she can stand up for this society, just like how the dancer and the burqa woman and the monk or the nun stands up and say, no, I have the right to choose for myself. She's not young, she's already strong enough. So he was convinced, and I made a video about how supportive the non-Egyptians from the Koreans and the French were. And I have these videos on my Facebook timeline that is locked, 100% locked, and there is no way one can view it. And there is no way I can have this person on the friend list because I have problems between my father and my mother, and they always speak horribly about the government, the military, the police, and they swear them, and they say stuff that can literally put their life to an end. So I cannot have this guy on my Facebook, especially that sometimes I let out my anger in public. There's no way I can have this person on my friend list. We can go to jail, all of us. So, as soon as I put this video, he came to my mind and I couldn't sleep because of him. And I was like, that because of him, and I wonder how on earth a person that I don't know, neither his age, nor his family, nor his area of residence, or where is his office in Cairo, or where does he actually work, can do this to me. So I said, go for it. I commented on one of his posts by saying, hello, I am Hala Dwidar. First, I don't know you. Only Allah and God witnesses that I don't know who you are. And I don't follow you. And I don't like your pages. And I don't get the notification. But somehow, it came to my head for no reason. After I uploaded these videos, even though my account is locked and you're not on my friend list. And I'm not mad, I'm not crazy. You can ask about me. I'm a person who can dream about earthquakes before they happen. I dream about stuff, I dream about people. And I told him to ask about me certain names in the American University in Cairo, and I gave him names that he can ask from famous writers where you can Google them, because I know these writers. And maybe God wants that to happen because you had a post that someone was seriously ill, terminally ill. I think it was between life and death. And I cured myself from cancer before. I will make a video about it. Okay? And I cured so many people from illnesses by just advising them what to do and what not to do. Maybe I can help. And I can give you names of the people whom I learned from. Some of them were Egyptians, some of them were non Egyptians. So, and I said, thank you for reading this. I'm sorry for this. But before I wrote this comment, there was a post 2 days before I wrote this comment. It's a completely another post, and I just said hello. I have the honor of you following me, and I spoke about who I am in a comment. And as soon as I click send to the comment, I sneezed 2 sneezes. And when I replied to myself, in the fifth reply, I sneezed 3 sneezes. And the seventh reply, I was replying with screenshots of the videos that I do on YouTube. The seventh reply, I sneezed 4 times. And as soon as I sneezed 4 times, he deleted the post. He hid it. Of course, I did a mistake. I think, yes, I should never ever use the platform of someone who's that famous to market for myself. I think I was mistaken. But let's look at it. 2 sneezes after with a comment means someone likes you. 3 sneezes, someone is deeply romantically falling in love with you. 4 sneezes, bad omen. And he deleted the post after the 4 sneezes, 4 times sneezing. So, no way. He deleted that on the spot because the post was written on it just now or 2 minutes ago, so I decided to be one of the first commenting people. But that's not the story. The issue is that as soon as he came to my head, in between, like when I made the first comment with the replies and when I made the second long comment offering to help the terminally sick guy, I sneezed again. And the terminally sick guy, as far as I remember, 3 times. So, what is that? So I remember in the comment where I wrote about how I can help this guy and how I asked him to ask about who I am, famous names, I just commented and said, maybe God wants us to meet because maybe I can offer you help, or maybe in the future I might need help myself and you can help me. But what is the explanation for that? Someone whom I don't know, and I'm getting all of these signs from the universe. And all of this is happening with a person that I don't know anything about. It's like talking to a blogger from another country that I don't understand his language even. Why? So there was a book called Strangest Abilities of the Human Mind for Nagi Inayat. I will leave the picture of this book in the description. It said the human mind is capable of huge stuff. He wrote that once upon a time in the United States, there was a professor, devout Christian professor, who was praying at 11 p.m. and he was feeling like that. And he told his wife, I forgot something in the car, because his wife is not habitual to her husband going out at this hour. So he went aimlessly, wandering, and he's feeling something here. And he went to two crossroads. like where to go, right or left. So he chose to go. I can't remember because I lost this book, okay? And as soon as he entered in the road, he heard someone calling him, which I don't remember his name. Let's say Christopher. Christopher, Christopher. Someone was dying and calling his name, so he found like a hole in the ground, and there was like a tire or a skeleton of the car or half a car was over this poor man, and he tried pushing it with all his strength, only to find his long lost friends 11 years ago was calling. Back at this time, this story was probably in the 80s or the 90s. There was no phone for like mobile phone. The landline was barely working. So when you lose contact with someone without internet or anything, there's no way you can contact him again, especially in the time span of 11 years. So if you lose contact in the 70s, there's no way you can talk to him or her again in the 80s. And again, Inayat has another book. It's talking about the strangest happening with the human mind. He mentioned in another book, his other book, that some people can get informations from crystals and stones. Personally, I was in a yoga class before and I saw the yoga instructor getting information from the crystals without us telling him. And this instructor went on TV. And again, these are not, science fiction because there were in the books mentioned in the books of Ragi Anayat how neuroscientists in Harvard and California made research and experiments on people who have nothing to do with religion, but they are just deep meditators. And they were able to grab information from everything around spoons, objects. And there was a story in World War II where the person could actually download the thoughts and the feelings of the other person just by looking at him. There was no way something can be hidden from this man in World War II. And this man was fighting for, for the public safety, I think, night watching in Poland. I do have some links, like audiobooks in Arabic. For these books, I can be leaving them in the descriptions for Arabic speakers, but I will be leaving a picture of the book that I lost in the description. So please like and share my video if you really like it, and subscribe in the channel, and see you again. I am Hala from Egypt, as you all know.